You're listening to Catching Up with Robin, broadcasting live from Austin, Texas.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Catching Up with Robin. I'm Robin.
I'm Ajante.
And it is a beautiful Monday morning in Austin, Texas.
And we are having fun today, and the sun is shining here in Austin, Texas, and it is 5:52, and take it away, Mama.
Well, there was an interruption, so we just started to do Catching Up with Robin, and we heard a knock on the door, so we stopped. So it's a visitor for my son, and my son is also my producer, so I'm sorry that we had a brief interruption there. But anyway, so I made some progress today with our radio show branching out on air, because I did some email correspondence with none other than Mr. Rodney Allen Rippey. And I contacted him because I wanted to let him know that we're still looking forward to him being on our show on Sunday on Branching Out on Air that we do live here in Austin from 1:30 to 2:30 Central Standard Time. And so, I told him that I would send him a list of questions so that way he would have an idea of what we want to talk about. And, I can make sure that everything that I want to ask him is okay with him. We always just show that type of respect to our guests. We try to treat our guests really well. We try to show them respect. We try to show them, courtesy, because we want them to feel welcome when they're on air talking to us, and we want them to, love what we're doing, and we just want them to be informed. So, I spent a little bit of my morning emailing him, and to have him email me back is so cool. I look on my email log and I see Rodney Allen Rippey, and, I'm just grateful that he took time to email me back, that he takes time to read my emails, because the thing about me is I always like to show respect. Many of us say, well, an actor is just like us. They put on their pants one leg at a time, and that's true. But because of what they have accomplished, and I'm not where they are, I still like to show that respect to them for, taking time out of their day to let my email be the one that they read, the one that they respond back to. So that's what I did earlier this morning. And he's looking forward to being on the show. And my son and I have been kind of just hanging out here today at our apartment. We did make a quick trip out of our apartment, but other than that, we have been here, and I've been working on the computer. I have a publishing company, and so Ajante and I are continuing to just grow our brand, grow our mission, and just continue to see how our company can be more of an asset to the community. I like to give back. I like to be there for others who may have a dream, may have a goal. And, I want to be the company to help give them information that can help them, resources that can help them, phone numbers that can help them. So I spend a lot of time on the computer, which is fun for me. Just, always reading over my business goals, my business mission, just to see, what it is and how I can continue to be innovative and creative and more effective. So right now, I'm going to see if my producer and my co-host has something to say.
Hello everybody, it's Ajante Johnson here, and you may know me from the Ajante Update Show here on Spreaker, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Okay, now we're gonna play a little game, and you didn't expect that, but we're gonna play a little game. But so I'm gonna set up the game, and you're gonna laugh when we play this game. But so explain to people more about our life, about how we live, how we go through life, and our style of living.
Well, Ajante and I, at least I have a wonderful time in my life. This is a very positive time in our lives. We've been experiencing a lot of growth in a positive way, which is something that I definitely thank God for. We have started a whole new chapter in our life, and everything that we're doing is things that we've been speaking into our lives, things that we've been wanting to take place in our lives, such as with having the radio show. I know I mentioned that a lot, but that's something that Ajante and I planned for, prayed for, worked for about maybe 3 to 4 years. And so, we finally are seeing that, take place in our lives. As of January of this year is when we first started to be the host of our own radio show. So, we're having fun with that. We're, getting more, comfortable with being behind the mics. Being on air is something that we hadn't had the opportunity to do before as far as hosting our own radio show. So, we kicked off the brand new year definitely doing something new. And we know that we're going to just continue to keep going forward, and we're going to keep having fun in our lives and work in acting and all that good stuff.
Now it's time for the game. Now this game is called Name That Action. It's a little bit like charades, but it's not. Okay, now I'm going to set the clock, and now you figure out what I'm doing, okay? Here you go.
You're doing a funny dance.
That was right. Okay, 1 point for you. Now, let's go to me. Now, let's see what you're going to do. Okay, think about what you might want to do. Okay, go. You're playing the drums.
Yes.
That was an easy one. Okay, now let's do you again. Okay, now let's see what I'm doing. Set the clock.
Okay. Boxing. Exercising. I don't know.
What I was doing is I was twisting something. Yes, I was twisting something, but now we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after these messages. And also, remember Saul Paul that we told you about yesterday? We're going to play his song once more if you didn't tune in, or if you tuned in and didn't hear it. So here's Saul Paul's Shine Right Now acoustic hip-hop.
Alright, check this out. I'm clutch, something like a gear shift. Homie, you some peak game. Let mama come and hear this. Like the lyrics is, I fly sky high. Haters wanna talk, I tongue the deuce and way bye-bye. LL smiley face, short hand, stiff arm. I ain't got no time to waste. I dodge tackles, high step, all haters. I refuse to lose. What's a hiatus? New moves, smooth as 9 laters. The giant slayer, you get live, I'm David. The bravest, most courageous. The confidence is contagious. When the line out the cage, success rate's outrageous. Repping the logo, playing the lodo. Competition seeking slowly, got 'em in a chokehold. Blackout or back out gracefully. Even when we win, dog, we gon' do it tastefully. If your mind right, then you shine right now. You tight right now. You bright right now. Hey, if your mind right, it go down right now. Now. One more time. If your mind right, then you shine right now. You bright right now. You tight right now. Hey, if your mind right, it go down right now. Now. One more time. In my element, I'm Jordan on the hardwood. All you hear, that boy nice. Him, that boy good. Your boy should think about a different game. I'm boss hogging this one. You gon' need a different lane. I lay your ankle sprain, kill a crossover. Click all soldiers, all focused, all sober. At game time with the same frame of mind. Dreaming 3D, you know what's going down. We one up if you're talking the win column. Yeah, we play sports, but we really not in the slalom. No back and forth if you're talking the conversation. Actions speak louder than word, but y'all ain't saying they. If you really want it, I'll wait for you to come for me. Or something like a tyrant, then the stage is my country. You really want it, I'll wait for you to come for me. And I'm dead serious, I ain't even being funny. If your mind right, then you shine right. You tight right now, you bright right now. Hey, if your mind right, it go down right now, now. One more time.
You're listening to Catching Up with Robin, broadcasting live from Austin, Texas.
So we are back with more Catching Up with Robin. I'm Robin.
I'm Ajante.
And right before the commercial break, my producer and co-host played a song by Saul Paul. Saul Paul is a dynamic young man. We had him in studio on our radio show, Branching Out on Air, on yesterday, and he shared his story with us. If you guys get a chance to look at Tower to Tower, it is online. That is Saul Paul's basically film documentary. And this is a documentary that you might want to watch with your son, your daughter, your, grandchildren. What may seem like a negative story as you see some of the things that he describes, such as being born into poverty, being born without a mother and father, ended up going to prison for doing some things and making some choices that he later found out was not a good thing to do, trying to make that fast money, quick money, easy money. It's all in his documentary. It's called Tower to Tower. Also, you'll learn why he calls it Tower to Tower. It's a very effective title for that movie. That was his song that you just heard. It's called
Shine Right Now.
Shine Right Now, which is something he is definitely doing. He has his own clothing line. He is a filmmaker. He is a youth speaker. He is just doing so many things. So that was Saul Paul. And if you've just tuned in, also earlier I was talking about the wonderful progress I'm making with Mr. Rodney Allen Rippey. Rodney Allen Rippey is the gentleman who appeared in the Jack in the Box commercial back in the early 70s. He was a cute little kid who was holding this huge burger. And I remember watching the commercial when he actually did it live, when it actually premiered on TV. I mean, I wasn't in the studio with him, but when I say I watched it live, I'm meaning that, when the commercial was first done, I was born and old enough to remember seeing it. And I reached out to him and asked him if I could interview him for our live radio show, because our show that we have here in Austin that we talk about often is all about reaching out to individuals who are doing something positive, who are doing something influential, who are out here making a positive name for themselves. And Mr. Rodney Allen Rippey is definitely one young man who has continued to do something positive, who's continued to keep, a positive reputation around his name. And so he's setting a good example for other young black men to follow, and even ladies to follow, as far as being a business owner, an entrepreneur. So we are looking forward to his interview. That's going to be this Sunday, May the 19th, from 1:45 to 2:25 is when we're going to actually talk to Rodney. The show itself comes on from 1:30 to 2:30 Central Standard Time. Now, there are a few ways that you can listen to Branching Out on Air. If you're in and around the Austin area, such as Austin, Killeen, San Antonio, Hutto, and those cities, you can actually tune in by radio. We can be heard on two frequencies, 105.3 FM and 1490 AM. If the signal is not strong where you're at and it fades out, then you can hear us on line by computer. We stream live at klgo.net. You just click on to listen live. You'll be able to hear the show that way. You can also download the Word app, or you can download TuneIn Radio for free. So those are some options that will allow you to hear our show this Sunday and each Sunday. We hope that you will tune in each Sunday, but we definitely want you to tune in on this Sunday if you want to hear what Rodney Allen Rippey has been up to. If you have any questions for Rodney, you can definitely call in, because I always say the questions that I ask may be some questions